Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you are watching this video. I originally wanted to film a Can Naomi Cook episode today, but I don't have the energy to make a full-fledged production video, so what else does a YouTuber do but a fallback Q&A video? Get Pricked asked, what's your favorite thing to cook now, and will there be more Can Naomi Cook, which is perfect because yes, there will be more Can Naomi Cooks in the future. I have a lot of them planned and I'm really excited. I really want to bring it back, and it was supposed to come back this weekend, but alas, my body just feels like it needs to continue throwing fits for some reason. So once I figure this out, we can move forward. So as I answer many of the questions that you guys have for me, I thought that I would cook my current favorite lunch, which is not fancy or difficult in any way because it is pretty much an instant food. I'll grab it. It is these 7-Eleven wonton soup packages. It's super easy to make and it's so yummy, and it's been so nice on my stomach lately that I eat this a lot lately. So I'm very excited to make it. So to start off, I do have a lot of questions about Canada actually, which is also why I wore my beautiful Roots sweater today. Carolyn Roberts asks, do you have any plans to travel back to Canada soon? And wait, I'm not supposed to do this. How am I supposed to cook and talk to you guys at the same time? This is not the right amount of water. Okay, back to the question. Do I have any plans to go back to Canada anytime soon? I call it soon. We're going back for Christmas for 2 weeks, which I'm really excited about, and I'm really excited that I get to also share it because Vlogmas, oh my gosh, are you guys excited for Vlogmas? Because I'm already excited for Vlogmas. While the water's boiling, I have more time to spend on the questions because I cannot do two things at the same time. My friend Abby asks, what do you miss most about Canada? Which is a really good question. There are a lot of things that I realize I've been missing lately, and I think the biggest thing that wow, what are my bangs? The biggest thing that I've been missing lately is probably the hospitality culture. So something that I've picked up on is that Japanese people don't seem to invite people over to their houses very often. It's not super common to go over to somebody else's house. I really miss going to friends' houses, going to family friends' houses, going to even like new friends' houses, and having things like bonfires, board game nights, potlucks, things like that. I really miss that culture a lot. There's just something really cozy and comforting about it, and I miss that probably the most. Emily asks, do you have any movie or book recommendations? Do you have any movie or book recommendations? And yes, I do. The two books that I would recommend are Howl's Moving Castle and Watership Down. Oh, the water's boiling. Movie-wise? What's a good movie? My sister recently introduced me to the Simon Pegg movies. I absolutely loved The World's End so much. So that's a most recent movie that I can think of right now. Ow! The water bit me! Bloop. Bloop. And then just let that simmer for 2 minutes and we're done. Actually, not true. We're not done because I would like to add a little bit of greens, and my choice of greens is going to be negi. Kiwi asks, what are some of your favorite vlogs to watch? My #1 favorite vlogger is Taylor R. I've mentioned her many a time. Ooh, another like favorite YouTuber, Dylan is in Trouble, makes me laugh harder than any other YouTuber ever has, to be honest. He's just He's great. That was a really lame negi. Look, it gave me so little. Our cupboards are stuck. They're always stuck. Gosh, I need to sit down soon. It hurts so bad, my knee. Gotta get this shot though. Gotta be all professional. Which brings me to another one of Kiwi's questions. How did you get into film? I love your editing style. First of all, thank you. And the honest answer is just, I have been making and filming and editing videos forever. Onions, onions, yummy, yummy onions. Even before I had my first digital camera, I just made videos with my mom's laptop, with her webcam. And yes, I ran around with the laptop, as you can imagine. It worked. I made videos, edited them on Windows Movie Maker, had a great time. And then in high school, I took all the communication technology classes in which we learned how to edit on iMovie. And then from then, I went to college for photography, still in motion. We mostly studied photography, but we did have a few video courses. That's when I was taught how to use Premiere Pro, which is what I use today. So yeah, years and years of practice and passion towards it. I'm getting rosy, it's getting warm in here because of soup. I'm gonna have to change it into a t-shirt, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna bring you over to eat. Yum. All right, back to your questions. My mom asks, what is your favorite thing about your new city? I think my favorite thing about the new city is that just in general, our apartment now is closer to the train station. I really like that the train can take us so many different places. Carolyn asks, do you intend to try and find a new Bible study in your new town? Yes, I do, and I already have. It's not necessarily a Bible study per se, but there is a prayer meeting at the church that we go to that I'm going to start to attend weekly, and I'm really looking forward to it. And Carolyn and Aaron ask, how have your plant babies been doing and how are your plants doing? They're doing all right. Koopa is living a good life. Frida got a bit stressed about the move and she has lost a lot of leaves. So she's very self-conscious right now. She had to go through a pretty big trim and yeah, she's working it. She's learning how to be comfortable in her new leaves. What's the biggest difference between your last town and this one? Asks Adam. And the biggest difference is that Kakegawa, when you looked on the horizon, you saw mountains. As soon as I stepped outside, I saw rice fields and forests, and it was definitely a lot more rural than where I am now in the new city that we live in. There's no mountains at all, none nearby, and the first 5 weeks that we lived in this new city, we had 9 earthquakes. I didn't feel one earthquake in Kakegawa. What's your favorite TikTok? So my favorite TikTok video is sadly just a video that somebody uploaded onto TikTok that wasn't originally a TikTok video, so I don't know if that counts, but you can watch it right now because I just love it so much and I have to play it, so here you go. But I can't think of a favorite TikTok off of the top of my head right now, but I'm sure that if I go through my downloaded videos, I will find the one that I will deem my favorite, and I will show it here.
Yo, Dragon Slayer 7, man. Thanks for the 250 bits. He says, you're a poopy head.
Kel asks, what's your favorite thing to eat in Japan, and what food do you miss the most from home? Favorite questions are so hard for me because I love food. I love tonkatsu, teishoku. It's one of my favorite things to get when I go out. Another one of my favorite dishes lately has been zaru udon, which is udon but cold, and it's not in the broth, so you just dip it. And my favorite restaurant is hamazushi. It's a conveyor belt restaurant, and it's my favorite. I will have to take you guys someday so I can show you my favorite restaurant because I love it so much. Oh, and what do I miss from Canada? I want mac and cheese really badly, and I also want poutine really badly, and I really want Windsor pizza really badly. So basically all the junk foods. Melinda asks, do you listen to things to fall asleep? So before I got married, I always listened to something before I went to sleep. I'm realizing I am not eating my soup at all. But I can't, it's cooling down. It's cooling down. It's not because I can't multitask. It's so hot. Before I got married, I listened to radio theater every night before I went to sleep. My favorite radio theaters are the Chronicles of Narnia series by Focus on the Family, and I grew up listening to these classical radio theaters. It's called Classical Kids, and they're like fiction mixed with history about classical musicians. They're fictional stories that you can listen to, but their music is incorporated through the whole story. They're really amazing. I highly recommend. Kay asks, my go-to Bible verse for tough times. Favorite questions are so hard for me. Let me look through some verses that I've saved. Oh, here we go. This one's a really good one for me lately, and I love this verse because I think it's so true, but it's also like kind of sassy. So I love it. It's Matthew 6:27, and it reads, "And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life?" I need that reminder every once in a while. I surprisingly find that comforting. And I'm going to end on this question, which is from Monica. What is your favorite place you have visited in Japan so far? And I would say that my favorite place so far has been Osaka. We went for our honeymoon before we even knew that we were going to live in Japan, and I just loved it. It was so fun. The people in Osaka are so warm, so friendly, so personable. We had so much fun running around the evenings, enjoying the beauty of Dontonburi. Yeah, it's great. I really, really enjoyed Osaka, and I hope that I can go back in the near future. Perfect temperature. See, this whole time I was just waiting for it to become the perfect temperature. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for asking questions. I hope that I answered them well and that you had your questions answered. If you have any more questions, comment them down in the comments and I will answer them down there. I hope that you guys are having a good day. Take care of yourself and rest well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!